Hey everybody, I was taking care of a Widowmaker today. We were walking up to the mailbox the other day and saw a branch hanging completely over the driveway, and it had a pretty good size branch that broke off. Then I got to use my new toy. It was my birthday just recently, and so I got a new Milwaukee electric chainsaw. It is fantastic. I'm going to have to do some proactive work because I noticed seeing that Widowmaker that there's a lot of potential Widowmaker. To take the Widowmaker down, you have to get a rope around it, or else it will, you can't pull it down. So what I use is a smaller twine. Make sure it's all straightened out so it's not all knotted like this one is. It's a good strong nylon rope, and a ball, or what I use is a glove filled with gravel, and I tie knots on the strings on either end and then tie the rope to it. And this came from an idea that when I worked in Louisiana as a tree trimmer, they used to have these bags that you'd tie to the rope, throw it up over the branches and pull your rope up. Well, somebody threw one time and it ended up in the creek or bayou, whatever it was, and never to be found again, and that was me. And so what I came up with was a glove filled with rocks, and my boss luckily didn't know for like 2 weeks because it worked so well, and you can size it. Anyway, so you get this rope up over the branch, and you pull this so you have two ends. So this is a really long rope. And what you do is you tie the other end to your pulling rope, to your heavy-duty rope, and you loop it around and cinch it, and then you pull it up over, and when you get right near the branch, you give it a yank so it kind of whips it over, and usually that works. Once you get that big rope down, tie a loop around the other part, tighten it up, and then you can pull down anything. You don't have to pull a loop up there. You can pull on both ropes and pull it down, but if you know you're going to get it down, put a loop in it, pull it up there, because then it will hold on to it, and wherever you pull it will go. There's the chance of this slipping if it's not looped in there. And so that's what we did here. It seemed to work okay. Came straight down, and then I got to try out my new Milwaukee chainsaw. Go. That will come down. Try that again. That was low. Maybe enough of a rope to pull. All right, worked out pretty well. This rope is about control and predictability. We want this to fall where we want it to fall. So I could use my pole saw and cut that down, but then you're under the limb that's falling, and so it's safer to get up above it and let it fall under you. And so that's what I'm going to do. There we go. Okay, we're ready. Move the ladder. Now why don't you pull that rope as far that direction as possible. Back in business. And that's that. All right, I'm going to need the ladder. Get down, please.
Right. That was pretty successful.
Yeah, that was a really good one. So this is why we took it down. It's got a nice split in it. And it's split all the way down. It looked like it may have healed a bit here, but this end looks like it's fresh split, and it's splitting even more, so it was time. So sometimes when you're doing these jobs with ropes, you'll find that you get a frayed end. And this is a nylon rope, which is easier to fix than the cotton rope typically, because cotton rope you have to kind of bind. But I'm going to show you how to fix it with a torch and maybe a knife. I hope I don't have to use that, and a putty knife. And so you get it just above where it's starting to fray, and you're going to lose a bit of it, but that's okay. A couple inches won't hurt. So you take your torch and you get your torch going. And you burn through the rope. Let it continue to burn, so that it kind of softens it. And I try to get about 3/4 of an inch to an inch of softened material. Then this is where the putty knife comes in, and you can roll it into a good shape. And it still is a little bit frayed, so I'm gonna heat it up again. And I got the shape I want now. Now all I have to do is heat it, but always wear gloves, because this stuff gets on your skin, you're toast. You got to burn. So what you're trying to do is bring it all together so there's no frays. You get that shape. That's not too bad, but I like to clean it a little bit so it won't come apart later. So that's what it should look like. And what that allows you to do is have an end that won't fall apart, that won't fray. Make sure that all the strands have melted in there, not just some of them, but all of them. That's why I go up an inch or 3/4 of an inch to make sure that all the strands are in there. Once it's done, that thing is good and hard, and your rope won't fray. So that looks pretty good, and I think I'm satisfied with that. And now I can wrap up my rope, put it away, and make sure, and I know that it's not going to fray.
Hey, that rhymed.
I hope you learned something. I hope my lecturing wasn't annoying, and you got some entertainment factor out of it. I hope you had fun watching. And I hope that you'll come back and watch us progress on the rest of our projects, and eventually we'll start building on that garage. But thanks for now, and we'll see you next time.